Biden's lies reveal a threat. That's the focus in tonight's preamble. All of his life, Joe Biden has failed up. His first 2 runs at president were doomed because of his nasty habit of claiming other people's work as his own. He's a plagiarist. The man rarely had an original idea in his head, even when he had full command of his faculties. Joe Biden is a racist. He has a long history of racist comments, even from the last campaign. Democrats will admit with a straight face, sure, Joe Biden says racist things, but that doesn't mean he's a racist. Just another part of the lie that is Joe Biden and his Democrat Party. Joe Biden's own team says he's been wrong on every major foreign policy decision in the last half century. Yet Democrats and never Trump Republicans said Joe Biden was the savior of our country. Another lie. And Joe Biden is mentally compromised. His lack of mental acuity puts us all at risk, yet, like an infection, the lies spawned by Biden are emulated and magnified by a dishonest press. Joe Biden's lack of mental fitness and his racism were both accentuated during an interview during the campaign when Biden suggested that a black man who was interviewing him was stereotypically linked to drugs.
Have you taken a cognitive test?
No, I haven't taken a test. Why the hell would I take a test? Come on, man. That's like saying before you got in this program, if you take a test where you're taking cocaine or not, what do you think, huh? Are you a junkie?
What do you...
Are you a junkie? Wow. But Biden isn't just mentally compromised. Here's what he said to CBS News about his son's overseas business dealings with America's enemies.
I hope you know what you're doing.
That's exactly right. He's a grown man. What I meant by that is, I hope you thought this through. I hope you know exactly what you're doing here.
Meaning what?
That's all I meant. Nothing more than that, because I've never discussed my business or their business, my sons or daughters, and I've never discussed them because they know where I have to do my job, and that's it, and they have to make their own judgments.
And from the White House podium, Joe Biden's old brain reiterated Joe Biden's statement there.
The president has said that he never spoke to his son about his overseas business dealings. Is that still the case?
Yes.
And then the Hunter Biden laptop from hell revealed to the country once again that Joe Biden is a liar. Here is what a voicemail from Joe to Hunter said concerning a story in the New York Times about what? Say it with me now, kids. Hunter Biden's overseas business dealings. Quote, "Hey, pal, it's Dad." He said it's 8:15 on Wednesday night. If you get a chance, just give me a call. Nothing urgent. Just wanted to talk to you. I thought the article released online, it's going to be printed tomorrow in the Times, was good. I think you're clear. Biden continued. And anyway, if you get a chance, give me a call. I love you. End quote. So there it is. Joe Biden lied again. So the press asked Biden's new brain, the lesbian black immigrant, hey, that's what she said was important about her, not me. Here's what she had to say.
According to the voicemail that's been obtained by the Daily Mail and the Washington Examiner, it certainly seems like he was seeking to do exactly that, have a conversation about these business dealings. Is he leveling with the American public on this?
Phil, I hear your question, but what I can tell you from here, standing at this podium, is that I cannot comment on any materials from the laptop. And I would refer you to the representatives of Hunter Biden.
Whoa, wait a minute. Why would we have to ask Hunter Biden's people? Joe Biden made the claim that he hadn't talked to his son about his business dealings with America's enemies. Jen Psaki from the White House podium had no problem lying to the country about all of that. Why would we have to talk to Hunter's people about what Joe Biden said? Why all of a sudden can't Biden's new brain there talk about it? You know, it sucks that Joe Biden is a liar and now sits in the Oval Office. But here's why this all matters. He's covering up something. Hunter Biden was doing business deals with America's enemies, Russia and China, and getting filthy rich in the process. According to published reports, Joe Biden was getting a percentage of the take in this alleged influence peddling operation. And what about these recent headlines? China praised Biden for attacking American businesses. Joe Biden released oil from the Strategic Petroleum Reserve and sent it overseas to Europe and China. Beijing has launched another attack on the U.S. dollar as the world's reserve currency. And don't get me started on the China virus and how Biden nor his Democrats have done a thing to avenge over 1 million Americans who have died because of China's actions. Joe Biden's lies matter because I believe Joe Biden is compromised, and I'm not alone. An overwhelming majority of our people think he's compromised as well. The press ignores it. The Democrats ignore it. Can somebody tell me why the GOP leadership, what's their excuse for ignoring it?